It's a great collection of players, and this is a team that'll pressure you. So I guess it starts with taking care of the basketball, and if you're going to give it up in a dead ball situation. A lot of ball turnovers turn into easy twos. So the transition game. The transition game is number one. Got to limit transition. And then second, when you are in a half-court game, understand your job's not done until you secure a defensive rebound. Braves got killed on the offensive boards. This team, this group, did a great job against the Braves on offensive rebounds last time they played. So second chance points, transition points, if you can get that reasonable, and then, there's a player or two, you got to get out, you got to get a hand up. If you can do that, easier said than done, much easier said than done. But if you can do that, you're going to be in the ballgame.
Okay, we'll turn it over here to Tony, our stat man. Harris, what are some of the key stats that we need to watch as we announce the starting lineup?
As Brian mentioned, live ball turnovers can be a real curse. If the Braves have live ball turnovers, Deer Park is very lean, they're very long, and they'll turn those into 3-on-1 and 2-on-0 fast breaks, and you can't give them points like that. Force them to play more of a half-court offense. You have to dictate the tempo. The Braves have several fine seniors that are playing, as you said, their last home league game, and hopefully they're equal to the task. Garrett Innes will be his last home league game, and of course Colin Shaw, Mick Oakes, and Marco Fiore, and Davis Kleekamp.
Yep.
So
you got George Forte that'll come off the bench probably a little bit tonight, and Eli Rising.
Yep.
All those guys playing their last league game. This is a great atmosphere. The place is packed. It's raucous, and hopefully you can hear us because we're having trouble hearing ourselves.
Deer Park showed up big time. We always get Wyoming. This is what it should be like. Every game, ideally, that you'd have people travel. Special year for them. Bill Cunningham in the crowd. See if you can pick him out. Where's Willie?
So it's going to be Johnny Baltimore against the big number 14 for
Joseph Hocker, all the way from Covington, Kentucky. Deer Park gets the tip. It's Gentry, Steve Gentry Jr., and Nick Oakes with the rebound.
Yeah, good start.
Pass up to Ennis. Ennis is going to pull this ball back out. Bad pass, turnover.
Monty McIntyre, all the way from Indianapolis with the miss.
That's exactly what you can't have.
We got saved on that one.
Yeah, there's no reason for it.
And Johnny misses a three.
There's no reason for it. Braves defensively on the first possession get a jump shot and a rebound. That's a very positive thing.
Folks, this crowd is loud, and they're proud, and they're brave.
Colin Shaw with great defense on Damani McIntyre, and another miss for Deer Park.
Garrett Innes going in, driving the lane, turns the ball over again.
Well, if you're going to turn it over, that's the way we want it. Out of bounds, get your defense set. But we obviously would like to get shots every time down the floor.
So coming up the court for Deer Park is number 2, Stephen Gentry, the coach's son. The Braves pressing out a little bit on defense. Johnny Baltimore out top, with Garrett Innes taking the ball.
Travel on Jalen Rose, number 3.
Yeah, but we got a problem there. This collection of kids doing a really good job of spreading the floor, and then you get your shooter with the ball. He traveled instead of shooting the ball, and we were nowhere near him.
Yeah, Deer Park has bailed us out on the last 4 possessions.
Yeah, you got to know who it is that does what against whoever you're playing.
Nick Oakes out top to Colin Shaw, the captain of this team. All-time leading scorer for Indian Hill, gets it out to his buddy Fiore, who gets it to Ennis, who drives the lane, dishes it off to Baltimore, who goes up and gets the first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, get back. Braves not doing a good job of getting back, and they pay for it.
Mark Wise.
Yeah, there's an indifference that this group of players has toward giving up baskets. Giving up baskets to this group is just about getting it out of the net and getting it going up the floor. There's not a lot of boo-hooing about getting beat. You got to get back.
Baltimore up with a 3, and he's off the mark. Oakes up for the rebound, and he brings it down. And And he gets fouled going up for 2.
Jalen Rose, number 3, that's his first, team first.
Yeah, Nick Oaks, exactly the kind of player that can have a big impact in this game. A very strong kid and a kid that's playing with confidence right now. You got to be confident. Got to go to the basket, gets rewarded for it there.
And a kid who fears nothing. Nick sinks the first one.
Right now, Braves got to think about getting back defensively.
This is the second, and
that's not good enough. That's not good enough.
Yeah. Missed by Jalen Rose.
With the rebound off the court.
Ennis.
Hauls it in, gets it back out top to down low to Baltimore, who goes in, loses the handle, picks the ball back up.
Double team, get rid of it.
Into Ennis, over to Oaks. Nick Oaks with a strong rebound.
Wow.
Letting these guys play right now. Braves need to read that and take advantage of it. Braves with a fairly strong group of football players.
Fiore up top with the ball for the Braves.
And they're calling a foul on Mick Oaks. He and Joseph Hocker, the starting center for Deer Park from Covington, Kentucky, with a little bit of elbows there, and they call it back on Mick.
And that's when Mick's got to save those for when he needs them, and that's not a place, obviously, that we want it.
So we've got a 3-2 game, 5 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Great
defense by Garrett Ennis.
Hands up, just ball up.
Nick Oaks strong too. And Colin Shawn, a jump ball.
The Indian Hill ball on the jump.
Really strong take and really strong second effort.
Timeout, Deer Park.
So you got to think that Coach Gentry is not liking the way this game's going. The Braves are playing physical. Nobody's making a lot of baskets. And I'm not tall enough, so I'm standing on a stool.
I wish you guys could see this at home. Rob standing on a stool. It looks like he's back in Clifton at 1:30 in the morning. Just don't dance, my man. Just don't dance.
What's your go-to karaoke song, Rob?
Well,
We Will Rock You by Queen.
Yeah, Braves hopefully taking notes about how much time you've got to get back and get set up on defense. And it's not long.
Full court pressure coming up here for Deer Park. It's a full court man. And here goes Mark. On Mark Wise.
Baltimore up with a shot off the mark. Colin Shaw with the rebound.
And another jump ball, and this one will go to Deer Park.
Yeah, that's just good basketball on both ends. Guys making you work for possession and getting tied up. You get two kids that are not used to getting tied up.
Yeah.
Two guys that are good at ripping the ball and being strong. And just goes to show you how competitive this group is.
Got to get a good defensive stop here. It's still a 3-2 game with about 4:15 left in the first quarter.
Johnny Baltimore doing a good job of showing hands the first time, not the second time.
Jalen Rose over Johnny Baltimore.
Yeah, got to know who it is that's on the floor and where they can hurt you. No reason for a switch out there. Got to stay with it.
Another turnover.
Yep, live ball turnover. That's a problem. Got to sit down.
Here comes a trap.
Got to sit down. Be strong. Be strong.
We have a 7-5 game. Deer Park's up by 2. 3-point shot off the mark. Rebound by the big Nico.
Yeah, that's something we can live with. Again, got to play at your pace right now.
And Deer Park's trying to speed up the pace, and they're having trouble keeping up with themselves. Nick Oaks. No foul.
Got to get back. There's nothing to guard in the middle of the floor. Got to get back to the paint and fan out.
It's Jalen Rose.
Fiore goes up, gets fouled. He'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, kind of surprised. It's not that I don't think that's a foul. It's just that I think that's kind of an inconsistency given what we've seen the first few minutes. Important for the kids to be able to read what this game is. Every game is different, and it's important that they have a confidence level of things they can do and can't do.
Marco sinks the first, and in for the Braves comes Ben Bader and Davis Kleekamp.
Yeah, Braves do well to sub as often as possible tonight. It's just they got to be able to trust everybody that's on the floor.
Marco nails the second.
Yeah, senior. Guys, I was thinking about it. Colin and Marco played about 500 games together before they got here.
Colin Shaw with the rebound. Nice jumper by Colin Shaw.
Take what's available. Take what they give you. Colin doing a great job up there. There's always something given up. Always something. Right now, Braves giving that up.
Jalen Rose.
Guys, we can't do anything about it from here, but know the personnel. That's something you have to take away. You have to extend. It shouldn't take 3 or 4 times to learn it.
Shaw into the paint, dishes off to Baltimore, who puts up a 3 and drains it.
Now, you got your team something on this end. Don't give it up on the other end. Nice dish.
Abraham Athey.
Yeah, really nice dish.
Beautiful pass by Gentry.
That's what happens when you can draw help. Just got to be able to flatten guys out a little
You
bit.
need some help here. Little Harlem Globetrotters there.
Braves going to have to start beating guys if they're going to guard them that hard, that far away from the basket. Get back.
Gotta get back on defense.
Not they don't get back. I mean, this is all because
Davis Kleekamp. Little muscle there.
Colin Shaw with the 3, and he drains it. The 15-14 game, 50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Braves have got to get a defensive stop here.
Well, found the Braves after Abraham Athey, the Forest Park native, misses 2 shots.
And the crowd is going nuts. They're looking for Athey to get thrown out of this game like he got thrown out of the game a couple weeks ago.
yeah, well, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a sense of urgency when the ball goes up on our side to get back. You think you're playing hard, you're not playing hard. They're not getting back quick enough.
They're giving Deer Park the ball into the basket.
Yeah, they're a really good team when they're guarding in half court. The other thing you'd like to see is guys sit down and not give up the dribble penetration. Make them go wide. There's one guy right now that you got to show hands. The rest of them, sit down.
Trey Lopez in for the Braves.
And Trey Lopez slaps it away.
Lopez with the rebound, down the court.
And he gets
Heavy foul.
That's the second on Wise. No, it's the first.
So one of the ways the Braves are going to have to play, they're going to have to play under control, get this Deer Park team frustrated, because when they get frustrated, they get angry and they typically get bad fouls.
Well, the referee's getting a lot of crap here from Coach Gentry.
Dr. Phil, what is
I think Steve Gentry's getting close to getting a technical.
Yeah, right now, I mean, I hate to say it, but right now, you need to think about sprinting back, getting into the lane, and fanning out.
Colin Shaw taking a blow with 14.4 seconds left in the quarter.
And again, if you're guarding the three-point shooter, you need to know where he is. Don't switch, don't help, hand up. It's really like playing 4-on-4. You're defending 4-on-4.
Thornton shoot. And Jalen Rose will be shooting 3, I believe.
Bob, I think they're going to say. They're going to say that's it. Yeah, inbound.
Called it on the floor. That's
Jalen's first, team third.
Right now, Jalen, right now. Get there right now. Don't need help right here. Guys, the other thing you're seeing right now is when the ball goes up, you're seeing a lot of heads tracking the flight of the ball. It doesn't matter where the ball is. Find your man. Find somebody.
1.7 seconds left. 1.7. We can't give up a point here.
Jalen, got to get up.
Don't let him beat you. There we go. Trey Lopez. The sophomore's a little hustler.
Trey Lopez showing he's here to play ball.
He's here. He's serious. He's not afraid to use his body.
Now, after a quarter, a lot of things the Braves can do. I'd say 6 to 8 points on the scoreboard are just mental decisions. Are you going to stay close to a 3-ball shooter, and are you going to sprint back, get in the lane, and fan out, knowing that this is a team that likes to get to the basket? Third thing, when the ball goes up, there's no sense in watching it. It's going to go in or it's not. Go find the guy that you got to get contact with, box out.
Well, it's 16 to 14. The Braves lead at the end of the first quarter. The Braves would like a pace of the game in the 50s, and we're kind of there, almost there. Just we got to direct the tempo. If the game is in the 80s or 90s, that's all in Deer Park's favor.
Hey, don't talk to me about state championship when you can count with a decent Indian Hill team 6 to 8 points on the scoreboard in the game that they're winning after 1. You just got to do things that you're told to do. That's what it comes down to. Doesn't matter who you're playing, no matter how good they are.
Colin Shaw back in Nico Fiore.
Baltimore, Oates, and Ennis on the court for the Braves.
Braves ball.
Braves ball.
Well, they're going to have to figure out what we're calling and what we're not calling. And that's a mystery to the kids right now, and that's where we have issues.
Colin Shaw, his 7th point.
Tony, it's like baseball. You establish a strike zone early in the game. The quality of the game is better when that strike zone stays the same.
And that's who you want shooting.
Great defense by Nick Oates. We talked about it all season. The Braves have to play defensively in the paint. Nick Oates showed you how to do it.
Yeah, got to start beating people backdoor, too, if they're going to overplay to that extent.
They're looking for Colin to cut.
And you got to start dribbling at people to get that backdoor signal to them.
Baltimore up with the shot, and
Guys, the emotion of the game right now is starting to drain the battery on both sides. Indian Hill has to be careful. Senior night, a lot of things going on. Packed house, it's hot in here. Indian Hill going to have to be good with the timeouts and the substitutions.
Jalen Rose.
Guys,
that's his 11th point of the game.
Guys, I can't say it any louder. You have to know there's one guy that you got to stay attached to and get your hands up, and it's just not happening. Coach Birch at some point is going to have to make a decision on who's guarding who.
great ball hustle by Colin to get that ball back for the Braves.
Coach Birch calls a timeout, bail out Colin there. He was in a little trouble.
Yeah, Coach Birch, I'm just going to say it right now. Coach Birch needs to seriously consider, it's not about length out there, it's about doing what you're asked to do. You got to stay attached and you got to have your hands up. If he puts Trey Lopez out there, we can get it done with Trey Lopez.
Yeah. Jalen Rose has 11 of their 17 points.
And frankly, I'd rather have a rim protector and a rebounder potentially closer to the basket anyway.
You're right. Jalen Rose has 11. Nobody else for Deer Park has more than 2.
Yeah. That's now, 9 points that I'm not going to say it's all avoidable.
Great shots.
There's a great deal of it. They shoot uncontested
Need to
shots.
be at least semi-contested.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And the same thing on our end. I mean, we got guys that shoot uncontested shots. Somebody's got to figure that out as well. But that's not our job. We care about our guys.
So Marco Fiore will inbound this ball for the Braves. Out on the court for the Braves is Baltima, who gets the inbound pass back to Fiore. Fiore with the handle, dumps it out to Baltima. Up at the top, back to Fiore.
Right now, you got single. When you got one, you got to go. If they're going to guard you tight and you're that far away from the basket and there's no help, you got to beat people off the dribble.
I think Coach Burrs also wants to help dictate tempo and slow this down a little bit.
Ennis into the paint. Off the mark. Got to get back on defense. Got to get back quickly.
There's Rose. That gives him 13.
Now, I'm sure if you asked Indian Hills kids, they'd say we are getting back, but they're not. The tape won't lie tomorrow.
Shaw with a three off the mark. Nobody to rebound.
There's a run out.
Gentry. And a tip in for Jalen Rose. No, I'm sorry, that's Athey. That's Athey.
That's Athey with the tip in. And we got ourselves a tie ball game with 5 minutes to go. Baltimore out with the three, and he drains it.
It's the same thing on their side, where you got a spot-up shooter that's not going to hurt you off the dribble.
What are they calling?
So guys, the other part of transition, the thing that is so difficult about this is it's not about every time finishing clean in transition. A lot of this is just about getting the ball up on the rim.
That might have been a delay of game warning on the Braves.
There's the three guy.
Yeah, there's just no reason to be anywhere else.
And the Braves will take over in possession here.
If Johnny's going to guard him, Johnny's got to be told, and I don't know that the coaches are telling him this, but he's got to be told that your job's not to help. And that's hard to hear because it goes contrary to everything you're taught, but you got other guys that are helping.
Then Bader trap, gets it out to Fiore.
Timeout, Indian Hill. Another bailout timeout that the second coach has had to burn.
And keep in mind, too, we're talking about a guy that shoots 35%, but not shooting 35% the last couple of weeks. And that's really what matters, right? You show me you can hit a couple. Hey, Tony, and Chandler showed somebody they don't have the inner half with the hard stuff. They got to try something else. And it's just about adjustments.
Well, he's hitting 36.8% for the year for threes. We're talking about Jalen Rose. But you're right. I mean, tonight he's been uncanny. He's probably, 3 for 4 maybe from the threes. And
tonight, Wyoming, Madeira, I mean, you got to understand the trend on this. It's not about where things were a month ago. And frankly, it's a night-to-night thing. I mean, you let a player take a shot and miss, and you almost want to let him take another one and put his head in the tank.
Bader loses his handle. It's a quick break.
That's the problem right there.
Off Deer Park.
But you know what? If I'm Deer Park, if I'm this group of players, I love it. This group of players wants to get that ball up on the rim and get that second opportunity. Indian Hill has given them both.
There's Trey Lopez back in for Bader. One-on-one.
Say what you want. This collection has a very definite style and a very definite set of priorities.
Fiore into the paint, gets it off to Oaks. Who puts it up? That is good basketball.
That is really good basketball. Again, same thing we're seeing on the other end. Starts with beating somebody off the dribble. This game, nothing happens till somebody gets beat, whether it's off the dribble or with the screen.
Foul on Trey Lopez.
And of course, the game we're in these days, forget about the screen. It's all about beating somebody off the dribble.
That's Trey's second and the team fifth. And then
see that attachment we're seeing right there by Baltimore? He's capable of sustaining it. Hard to finish when it's contested.
Got to get rebounds, boys.
Got to get that rebound. I'm going to tell you something. Honestly, if it weren't for second chance baskets and it weren't for, transition baskets, and those are big things. I'm calling a timeout right now.
Well, he can't. He's only got 2 left for the game now. He's already burned 2.
Speaking of burning, that's got to burn him. The fact that, look, if these kids have to take shots, even mid-range shots, shooting 20%. Got to find people. It's not about chasing the ball. It's about finding people.
They got 2.
Number 25, McIntyre from Indianapolis, now has 2 fouls for Deer Park.
Well, Colin has the ability to put the ball on the floor and draw fouls. It's a kid that's going to the line, 500 times in his career.
Lee Camp to Baltimore. Nice offense.
Love to see that from Johnny Baltimore being strong and getting his feet right.
Johnny B with 13 so far.
That was all about establishing the pivot foot before the pass came. Great job by Johnny Baltimore.
Jalen Rose with a miss and Trey Lopez with a rebound.
It's an amazing game. That shot off the dribble much harder than the standstill twice as far away.
Turnover by the Braves.
Marco Fiore box up.
Oh my. They're calling a block on Trey Lopez and that's his 3rd. Trey did a nice job getting on the block and standing there. Obviously, the ref had a different vantage point.
Johnny Baltimore is going to be really big in this game. And the reason being, whenever it's helter-skelter, it's about collecting loose balls, getting them to somebody usually open, close to the basket, and that's the guy. If he can hang out there and continue to get his feet set, he's going to have a big night.
Yeah. Rose completes the 3-point play and the 2-point game.
We knew this was going to be a good, exciting game that both teams came to play, and the Braves have showed up to play today.
Get out of the corner.
Braves made a decision.
Get out of the corner.
Braves make a decision on beating pressure that they want finishers on the back end. The finishers on the back end might also be some of their better players at beating pressure. but they're making a decision. You got to be able to get it to those finishers, or why do you do it?
Fiore comes up top, gets it to Kleekamp.
If you can't make Deer Park pay for this pressure, you're going to see it all night.
Baltimore with a three, and he's off the mark.
Kleekamp with a
Rebound
rebound.
by Kleekamp.
Yeah, great job by Garrett Ennis initially to battle for the ball. Garrett with another loose ball. Go to
There's
the
a
basket.
foul. That's the 5th foul on Deer Park for the half. 19 seconds left.
Guys, at some point you got to say, you're not good enough to do that to me that far away from the basket, and you got to be able to make people pay for it. Braves plenty capable, just got to attack, got to get a different mentality, and got to look up and see it.
18
It's
seconds.
available.
They're going to run flat here till about 8 seconds and let. Colin Shaw.
Great move by Colin. In the half. The Braves are up 32-28. Great first half performance. Starting to do the things right, Brian, that we talked about.
Before we go away to the half, 28 points and a half on the board, and I can tell you at least 12 of them are just not being close to him getting hands up in Hill. The other 16 are second chance garbage in the lane. If you can get to that, you got a chance to win the ball game. If you can't, you don't deserve to win the ball game.
Yeah, folks, I'm Rob Young with Tony Harris and Brian Shaw. It's a loud arena here at Indian Hill Gymnasium. We're going to take a short break for halftime, where there's a couple presentations tonight, and we'll be back to bring you the second half action, where the Indian Hill Braves lead the Deer Park Wildcats 32-28.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight at halftime we are honored to recognize our undefeated 2017
Taking quickly a look at the scoring.
Ohio State champion girls soccer team with their championship ring ceremony.
16.
The Lady Braves finishing a 22-0.
You know they've got a staff guy over
Scoring
there.
their opponents
Give you that.
114-18.
11 and throws 6 for
Please welcome our state championship girls soccer team.
Indian Hill.
Number 0, Zoe Hyman. Number 1, Margot David.
Right here.
Brent Wortland. Number 3, Adam Check. Number 5, Claire Van Hamill. Number 6, Emily Morera. Number 7, Ashley Prue. Number 8, Maddie Miller. Number 9, Hannah Peskovitz. Number 10, All-American and 3-time state All-Oregon, Jackson. Number 11, All-American and State Player of the Year, Anna Pajolja. Number 12, Kate Mars. Number 13, Faye Hardeck. Number 14, Reagan Wentz. Number 15, Ellie Ravenel. Number 17, Megan O'Brien. Number 18, Ellie Potagill. Number 19, Peyton Hoffman. Number 20, Lauren Fry. Number 21, Alyssa Cuesta. Number 22, B. Fries. Manager Anna Goki. Regional, State, and City Coach of the Year, Amy Dunlap. Coach Dave Lawson.
Always does raises taxes.
Coach Monica Brown. Also Coach Chris Galbraith and Coach Ty Ignatz. We are now proud to announce our 2017 state champion girls soccer team has been named one of only 10 girls soccer teams nationally to be presented with the Army National Guard National Ranking Trophy, presented as part of the Max Preps Tour of Champions.
To receive the Max Preps Tour of Champions Championship Trophy presented by the Ohio Army National Guard. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you your Ohio National Guard Sergeant Prohan as he presents the trophy to the girls.
Congratulations to the Indian Hill Braves state champion girls soccer team. Give it up!
games this year, and if this continues, this will be one of the classic high school games of all time, similar when Deer Park beat Indian Hill in 1966 when I scored 31 of 61 points, and we beat the Braves 61 to 52. You remember that?
Here it is.
Do you remember who passed you the ball?
Nobody. Look at that. Look to myself, and I went and dunked it. That was it.
Still the free throw champion for all comers, especially in a public forum. If people want to challenge you in public, it's a long day for them.
Talk to Byron Larkin, talk to Bobby Brannon, talk to Brad Redford of Xavier. Talk to them.
And you can Google the whole thing if you're out there.
You can.
Nick Oaks.
36-32 Indian Hill. I tell you what, if this game continues, it will be a major upset. No question about it.
Cunningham, I think he put
Banks in a three for Mark Wise.
As far as things that never take a night off, that pressure, that attacking the rim, and that hitting the glass offensively. This is a team that could very well run the table and go deep in the tournament. Do you know much about Division III teams in the state of Ohio?
Very little, if nothing. But Indian Hill, I tell you what, is playing extremely hard. And right now, Deer Park should take the lead for the first time in a long time.
Marco Fiore blocks the ball and is out of bounds when he recovers it.
36-35 Indian Hill with 5 minutes and 32 seconds to go. I feel like I'm at the Super Bowl with Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth. That's what I feel like.
It is an amazing scene here. It's one that I'd like to see a lot more often. Our students and our parents coming out to support the team. And Deer Park is traveling. I don't know how many people are in Deer Park, but boy, I tell you what, a lot of empty houses.
Colin Shaw.
They're all here. Indian Hill hits another three. 39-35, the Hill against the Park.
Yeah, that Colin Shaw is a handful. How would you have guarded him back in your day?
You got to overplay the left side if he's a left-hander, the right side if he's a right-hander. Indian Hill just blocked the face of the play. Indian Hill is playing well above his capabilities. By the way, is anybody listening to this?
No.
We've got...
Hey, both our listeners are very avid.
Is anyone listening? Is what I want to know.
We need some feedback. We need a Twitter feed.
We have an NBC technician. There we go. That'll be much better. 39-35 Indian Hill.
Colin drops it off. Ultima can't find a handle, but he gets fouled
Now,
by Joseph Hocker.
I assume you go to Deer Park games on a regular basis. I mean, if you had to say over the past 5 years, on an annual basis, how many Deer Park basketball, football, baseball games, all the things that you played, golf matches, how many would you attend?
Well, in the last 3 or 4 years I got back evolved because of the new administration. Joe Phillips, like Mark here, is doing a great job. But the important thing I tell the boys when I talk to them, winning and losing is a rather unusual term. It's not about winning and losing.
Right.
It's the competition. It's maybe getting a college scholarship, and it's the way you behave. And I tell these young men, if you don't take care of business at home, you can't play. If you don't take care of business inside the school, you can't play. If you don't have the grades, you can't play. And so right now, Deer Park has got to start hitting the open twos and threes, because right now they're having a heck of a time putting the ball in the
Foul on Mick
To
Oaks.
your point, we
His
had
second.
a college signing ceremony today. We had schools that nobody's ever heard of. 2 kids swimming at Middlebury. You've heard of it because you like that sort of thing. A soccer player going to Carnegie Mellon. A baseball player going to Johns Hopkins. A basketball player going to Swarthmore. It's a tremendous thing, and it falls right in line with what you're talking about.
And you know what I found impressive was that they had this big ceremony for the girls of Indian Hill that were undefeated and won the state soccer championship.
Yes.
They may go on to become butchers, bakers, candlestick makers, could become accountants, lawyers, doctors, could become the president, but they're never ever going to have a chance in their life to go undefeated and win the state soccer. It's impossible.
Yeah.
What those girls did is something they'll remember the rest of their lives.
No question about it. And the girls at this school have always been far superior athletes to the boys.
Why is that?
I don't know, but you've been here for Hall of Fame inductions, and you've
Right.
seen things where people are national champions at the highest NCAA collegiate level. And the guys are all league. I mean, it's just a different thing.
Well,
And the
the
girls
thing
have
I
done a
find
great job.
impressive about women are better than men. The best people I've ever met in my life are women. It's not men. I think men are kind of, at times, difficult, but women are the best of the genders without question. And now the girls, because of Title IX, have found their own legs and doing their own thing. The girls of Indian Hill certainly have shown they're about the best there is, and I'm proud of Indian Hill. Winning, right now it's 41-38, the Braves. This is going to go down to the wire. Could be a final possession type game against the 3rd ranked in the state Deer Park Wildcats.
After you speaking eloquently about the superiority of women, I'll have to ask, is the judge, the great, the Honorable Penelope R. Cunningham, listening to this broadcast?
In fact, the people's judge right now is somewhere near Toledo, Ohio, with her girlfriends, having dinner in some Italian restaurant. 41-40 Braves. The Braves have called a timeout. The Braves are in trouble. The Braves have given up 3 breakaways in a row. The Braves are having difficulties. 41-40 Wildcats, 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
There's no question that Deer Park pressure is relentless on both ends of the floor.
When do we go to a commercial break? Where are the commercials? Tony Harris, where are the commercials? Tony,
This is student-run
aren't you
television.
selling commercials? Don't we get time off here?
Hey, this is student-run television. Why don't you find us some commercials?
Commercials.
Mr. Cunningham, what we wanted to do is we wanted to run you through this for about 10 hours and see if you're always on.
I am, no question. But I tell you what, I'm going to go back to the Deer Park side. I want to congratulate Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, and also John Madden for the great work you 3 guys do at Indian Hill. I say keep hope alive. The measure of a man is not whether you won or lost, it's how you played a game. And this game is played today by great athletes from both schools, and I'm proud of the Braves. And of course, Deer Park is number 3.
You are a great American.
And God bless America. Tony Harris, sell some commercials.
Thanks for joining us, Bill.
All right, thank you.
Folks, that was Willie Cunningham joining us in the booth with Brian
quite
Shaw,
like it.
Tony Harris. It's a 41-40 game.
There's nothing quite like it. Let's get back to basketball.
Coach Birch has taken another timeout.
He has 1 left.
Braves break the press, set up their offense.
Marco,
Come on, get on the floor.
Ball.
and Kleekamp gets a foul for
Sorry.
diving for the ball.
Good job.
Yep.
So, Brian, this has got to be one of the exciting home games that we've had this year.
Yeah, you cannot fault the effort right here. Physically, these kids are doing everything they can.
Well, we talked about we want the game to be in the 50s, and the pace right now is definitely in Deer Park's favor. Joseph Hocker with a swinging elbow, and that is his 2nd foul for Deer Park.
A great job there by Johnny Baltimore doing what we asked in the first half. Stay close and get your hands up. Anytime you make a guy put the ball on the floor that's a shooter, it's really hard to make that mid-range. Not something kids do. They come in the gym and look at threes. They do not practice mid-range.
Lopez to Kleekamp. Kleekamp up to Baltimore. Back to Kleekamp. into Lopez, who gives it to Baltimore, who gets
Great pass.
that is great ball movement.
Trey Lopez, for a sophomore, showing incredible poise and deliberateness in the lane. Wonderful job, and it's always available if you do it.
There's a foul and a one. There's Mark Wise.
Okay.
Nice drive, and he gets fouled.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for the Braves.
That's Davis Kleekamp.
Shooting for the 8-1.
That's Davis's third foul. Davis with 3 fouls and Trey Lopez with 3 fouls. A tie game.
Well, Friday night, 9 o'clock, and the bank is open.
And there's a foul on Mark Wise.
That'll be his
Second.
Braves capable of forcing the issue on fouls. It's one of the things we saw in the first game. Colin Shaw got to the line, I think, 12 or 14 times. They are capable of forcing it. Just aggressive defense begets fouling.
Lopez gets the inbound pass, brings
What's
it up,
behind you?
gets it to a cutting Fiore, who gets it out to Shaw, who goes into the lane and goes up for the 2.
That's
I
Collins
like
14.
that move. I like that unselfish play by the Braves to force it into the paint.
Travel.
Unselfish play, and also not settling for jump shots. You young players out there, don't ever let somebody make you settle for a jump shot.
And the big Mick Oaks is coming back in for Davis Kleekamp. You know, it is great to see this kind of excitement in this league. It's been a long time since we've had this kind of excitement other than a Wyoming Indian Hill game.
Oh, my.
Great strong hands by Joe Oaks.
And Joseph Hocker just picked up his third, knocking Colin to the ground after a shot.
Called on Joseph Hopper.
I'd like to say hello to a few people. Of course, Jim Garfield, regular watcher in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Ben Bader's grandfather, I know he's watching, loves his grandson, and wish he were here. We always talk about Terry and Char down in the villages watching their grandson, Garrett Ennis, a senior on senior night. But tonight, Kurt and Ginger also watching on Ata Maria Island.
And Colin nails them both. Colin now has 16 points for the Braves, and the Braves go up 4 with 2 minutes left here in the third quarter.
That's it, just wall up. Hands.
Oh, double dribble.
Well, the Indian Hill fans are getting rowdy and excited. They've been on their feet all night.
Wow.
And that, I think in Deer Park, the banks are open late.
Well, there's a guy on television that says quite a bit, hand down, man down. Start with the hands up. They can give it up. Nope.
Colin Shaw up with the 3, and he's off mark. Got to get a good defensive stop here.
Have you guys noticed
Trey
on the
Lopez.
mid-range
Trey Lopez
about
with
0
the
for
rebound.
10? On the 3, much, much better. Good attack. Good attack. at the
Timeout for
basket.
Deer Park.
You know, that's a good one for them, but I think that's a good one for us right now. I think with the pace, I think it's a good thing for the Braves.
pace is
Got to
game-
sit down.
Deer Park has scored 18 points this quarter, and this is not the pace the Braves want. The Braves have to control the pace, and 18 points in a quarter for Deer Park is playing right into their hands.
Yeah, you know, speaking of the Ennises, of course, you got Uncle Ennis in New Hampshire. Tonight, instead of watching the great Brewster Academy down the street, decides to turn it on and listen to Rob Young and Tony Harris and Bill Cunningham. It's unbelievable. And of course, Eva, Debbie, and Karen in Dominican Republic, Fort Myers, and Muskegon, Michigan today. Michigan had a whole different weather scene, I understand, today than what we were blessed with. 50 degrees here and about 8 inches of snow on the ground up there. Only 4 hours away.
for Deer Park with the ball. Trey Lopez with the steal.
He steals Steve Gentry Jr.
Yeah, Trey doing a tremendous job.
Colin flips it out to Mark, or to Trey. With 26 seconds left, I think the Braves might be trying to hold for one, and there's a foul on Abraham Athey.
Nick Oakes doing a great job. Again, a guy that's doing what he's asked, rip through. If they put their hand in there, it's going to probably be a foul.
Well, that's Deer Park's 5th foul of the half.
It's just all the little things, isn't it?
Get it in.
Nick Oakes showing tremendous hands in this half. He's had some passes that were ill-advised.
One in Collins' hands with 10 seconds. He's trapped. 6 seconds.
There you go.
Out to Lopez, wide open.
Travel.
Well, the Braves hold on to the lead. It's 47-46 after 3 here. Braves are playing intense basketball. We got to clean it up, stop the lane penetration.
Yeah, I think Bill Cunningham had it right. It's a tremendous night for all that are here and watching, whichever side you're rooting for. For this collection, it's also a good night because it's a test. You know, it's an opportunity to finally get to a 4th quarter and say, hey, you know, what are we? What are we made of? And it's a great opportunity. On the Indian Hill side, it's a great opportunity to play at home, play together, and play with guys you've been with for 10 years. A lot of these guys have been playing together since they were in 2nd grade. Colin and Marco had played 500 games before they got here, 75, 100 games since they've been here. Play for each other. The parents don't matter. The friends and relatives don't matter. Right now, when you set a screen, when you help, when you pass the ball, when you hit the boards, when you chin the ball, you're doing it for the guys you love that you've been playing with for a long time. 8 minutes left. Let's see what they got.
Braves will inbound the ball to start the 4th.
Inbound to Shaw. Fiore will bring this ball up for the Braves.
There's Nick.
Ennis with the ball.
Got numbers.
Get out of the corner.
If the Braves play patient basketball, move the ball, they're gonna score.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they're spreading people out, all capable of beating people off the dribble if they spread them out.
Colin Shaw with a great pass to Garrett Ennis.
What a great cut by Garrett and the finish. That was something that looked like it would be uncontested. Great athleticism to contest it.
Watch the ball. Mick Oakes with a big block there. We keep doing the right things, the little things. Come back, play defense, get the ball back. Don't allow them to have second chance.
Yeah,
the Braves can control this game.
I think it's real easy, Rob, for people to look at it, and kids that are playing the game to look at it and say they have to do something extra special when you're facing athleticism. It's actually the opposite. All the little things matter. Be strong with the ball.
Mark.
Back to a 1-point game here.
Come on, help.
Somebody come up. Remember, Indian Hill only has 1 timeout left. And Coach Birch uses it. Oh no, it's a foul. Apologize.
Well, that's the 16th foul on Deer Park with 6 minutes left here in the 4th quarter, where the Braves lead 49-48.
Again, another situation where you see one called there on the sideline and we don't see it up at the midcourt area. You know, At some point, the kids have a right to be confused.
Great inbound. Great basket by Garrett Ennis.
Great defense by Garrett Ennis. Not only does he take the ball strong to the basket, but he's playing his heart out for his teammates on the other end.
Nick Oakes with a rebound. Go!
Johnny with a little 12-foot jumper off
Come
the
on,
mark.
follow it.
Gotta
Follow
get
your
back
shot.
on defense.
Get back, get back.
And it's fouling Johnny.
Yeah. Braves right now jogging back, matching the level of the pace as they see the ball. The idea, get back and set up. You got to sprint ahead of the ball.
That's Johnny's second foul.
That's where it all comes from.
The only Braves in foul trouble per se, Davis Kleekamp has 3 and Trey Lopez has 3.
Guys, I don't know if you're seeing it like I'm seeing it, but I'm seeing fatigue on both sides right now.
And the Braves have an advantage. Coach Gentry goes about 6 guys deep. Coach Birch has been going 9 guys deep all season long. He hasn't tonight yet.
Yeah. Well, we're going to find out who these coaches trust right now.
Behind you.
Marco might need to come out of the game just for a little bit. Just for a little bit, just to get a win. Just a little win. Right now, we're doing too much with the dribble.
Yep. Coach Birch is giving the ref a mouthful and an earful, excuse me, and the ref just told him to back off.
Marco, a tremendous player, and he's going to have to make plays for the Braves to win this game. They make plays with his teammates. Sit down, sit down. We want that. That's the shot we want. Got to box out there. A good chance that shot was going to be missed.
And
it's all about boxing out.
Garrett Ennis is called for the foul.
It's not really about all with people right now. It's about getting in the gym and working on that.
So don't they need to take those points off the board if he's shooting 2?
No, they weren't on.
2 hands, gotta go 2 hands, guys. Oh.
Indian Hill ball. Great hustle by Garrett Ennis, just got hit in the face.
Braves are playing extremely hard. But right now, the thing we got to be careful about is, are we taking care of the details while we're running 100 miles an hour?
Folks, if you could see the excitement in this gym, it's palpable. The Brave student section is full. They're loud. They've got their jugs to bang on.
Okay, settle down.
Johnny Vogelma with a 3. Braves off 4.
Get back, hand up.
Oh, no. And Johnny knocks down Jalen Rose as he's shooting a 3, and he'll be 3 shots for Jalen Rose.
Well, that's better than letting him have a 3. I would say that, and I don't often say that, from here to there, it's really hard. They are getting the ball up the floor so fast, so fast. Johnny hits a 3 in this corner, and then he's got to defend on the other wing on the opposite side of the floor. That is a really tall order.
Johnny's got 20, and Jalen Rose just canned his 25th point for Deer Park.
Yeah, that's could have used some help there.
So it's a 2-point game right now. Rose has another shot. Dory's coming over here to talk to Coach.
Braves need to box out. Don't want this to become a 4-point play.
And a timeout by Deer Park.
I'll tell you what, thank goodness. our guys needed to sit down. We talked about Marco maybe needing a little blow because of all that he's doing. I'd say the same thing for really every one of those guys.
Well, that was a break. The Braves only have one timeout left, and with 49 left, coach is going to have to be pretty judicious with it.
Yeah, as long as the other group is going to call them, take advantage.
You know, we always talk about getting ready for the tournament. We go outside our league to do that.
Right.
This is a great game to get us ready for what we're going to face in the second round of the tournament.
Yeah, there's no question about it, and it suits the Braves style, thankfully. You know, I mean, it's more of a game that they would like to play, but you think about it this year, with the addition of some of the teams that are going to be in this group of Division II teams up in Mason, you're exactly right, a perfect way to prepare for that. But first things first, it's a league game. This is senior night. This is your floor. 4.5 minutes left.
Smart basketball, simple basketball will deliver a win for the Braves. They don't have to do fancy. They don't have to make big shots. They have to take care of the ball, move it around, get the defense off balance, and use those cutters to get in the lane and make the easy 2 points.
Yep.
Get it to Johnny Baltimore in the corner.
Johnny Baltimore having one of the all-time great Indian Hill shooting nights tonight.
Oh, Garrett Ennis slaps the ball, but they're going to call foul. It's Garrett's second.
How about the skip pass on the other end from Marco Fiore to find the guy that's shooting it better than anybody in the world right now, Johnny Baltimore in the opposite corner. Incredible pass, and of course Johnny knows what to do with it once it comes.
Collins push, and that's 1-1 now. That's the 7th foul for Deer Park.
How many is that on?
That's his 4th.
Yeah.
On yes, on the Indianapolis native McIntyre.
Becomes important, obviously now, free throws, but just as important, if you were to miss, or if you make, they'll take it out of the net and they'll go the other way quick. Start thinking about defense right now.
Shaw makes the front end to make this a 4-point game with 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter. The senior captain, the scoring leader for Indian Hill all time, knows that he's going to help this team get to the finish.
There are a couple lane violations there, but they don't call them. That's 18 for Collins.
The senior did something really important there. Stayed with the shot in spite of the fact that on the previous one he got hit.
Great job by Garrett Ennis, knocking it off Abraham Athey.
Ball to Garrett Ennis. Braves with a fast break.
Garrett Ennis
with a great fingertip roll.
How about the senior?
How about senior Garrett Ennis making great decisions in the open floor?
And they're going to call foul Mick. He and Joseph
I
Hocker.
don't think so.
No, they calling it on Deer Park.
Nah, I called him Mick. That's
just talking about the shooter. Hocker going to the line.
Yeah, that's Mick's 3rd.
7-point game here with 3:35 left to play.
No.
Hocker.
No. That is.
Well, technical.
You got to be kidding me.
That's a delay of game. That's a technical
You have got to be kidding me.
Well, we've seen it all now from Deer Park.
Got to box out. Doesn't mean anything if you don't box out. It's not jumping.
Oh, there's another foul on Hocker.
Trouble with the free throw, but no trouble fouling. Trouble with staying at the line instead of going in the backcourt.
That's Hocker's 4th foul.
But no trouble fouling.
So Hocker and McIntyre both with 4 for Deer Park.
Got his money's worth, I'll tell you that. Another senior going to the line here. Really important for the Braves right now to make this hard.
Yep. Aye. And a foul on Mick, and that's his 4th. Now we've talked about earlier, the Braves are not a very good free throw shooting team, and if you take Colin and Johnny out of the equation, they're a 52% free throw shooting team on the year. And those are critical points that we're missing now.
And fans to practice only positive sportsmanship. Thank you for your cooperation.
Nothing positive about a couple of things I just saw. That was classic. All right. Box out.
So shooting one-on-one here.
Have you seen Greg Tribble play? I'm going to tell you something. Braves going to have to be strong with the ball, make or miss. Be strong with the ball.
Nick Oakes with the ball.
Who's the strongest of them all? Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez, Marcus.
Get up! Cut the middle. Timeout, Coach Birch's last timeout.
That's a good timeout.
Yeah.
Braves being sped up, great pressure by the other group, and a great timeout by Coach Birch.
Now the foul
what's
situation.
exciting about this game is this crowd has not sat all night. This crowd is into this game. We don't see this very often at Indian Hill where the fans get excited about a basketball game.
If you have to stand on a chair, I'd say it's a pretty good crowd.
Awesome crowd.
The foul situation, the Braves have 9 team fouls, so any subsequent foul is a 2-shotter for Deer Park. Deer Park has committed 8 fouls, so there's one more chance for a 1-and-1.
You know, we need to give a big shout out to our director of this big production. He's not with us tonight. He's out in Phoenix, Arizona, in Tucson, racing his bike. Zach Young.
Zach Young is the best. If you wonder why there was no pre-game, no halftime show, there are only so many guys in this world that can pull it off, and that's the guy.
He's the Michael Jordan of producers.
And hopefully he comes home with some hardware from Phoenix. Competes at a very, very high level.
So Marco Fiore will inbound the ball with 3:15 left for the Braves. So Cutting Oaks, who gets it right back to Fiore. So Brian, what do the Braves do? Do they keep attacking the basket, or do they work on running a slow offense?
Braves got to stay in attack mode. This is a game to win, not to avoid losing.
I agree. Fiore into the lane, rebounded by Oaks.
And he's fouled. How about the Mick, huh?
Like every game there is, the advantage goes to the aggressor. And if there's one thing we see this group on the other side do consistently, it's be the aggressor.
Well, that's the 3rd foul on Mark Wise.
Right now, Mick Oakes is playing like the aggressor.
You know, we'd also like to during this time slowdown in the game talk about the kids that put this production on. We're just the lackeys that announce it, but without the kids who run the cameras, the control board, and put this all together, put our graphics up, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Absolutely.
And of course, we need to give a big shout out to Denny Dubs, Mr. Dubs, who is the leader of this whole thing.
Absolutely, you're exactly right.
Out of bounds, Braves ball. Jalen Rose with a turnover.
How about Mick Oakes down at the other end?
He's
buckling down mentally in front of this crowd to hit the 2 free throws.
Well, Mick already has a double-double. He has 11 points and I believe 12 rebounds, and we still have 2:40 to go.
And it's the Fiore. Deer Park with the
Pass the
Get out
ball.
of there.
Pass the basketball. Now, look, Braves are going to have to make themselves available. When the double comes, somebody has to give Marco a lane to throw to. Get back to him.
And there's a fourth on Mark Wise. That's 4 on Wise. So 3 of the starters of Deer Park now have 4 fouls.
Another opportunity for a senior to go to the line, buckle down mentally, and make these free throws. The fatigue and all that Marco's been through to get to this point in the game, this is where a champion comes out. Stay with
Close
it.
those out.
Mark.
Stay with it.
The last 2 free throws he's missed have been long.
That's exactly what he needed, something to lighten him up a little bit. Bingo. Get in there.
There we go. Up 9.
Marco's a guy
game here with
that needs to be loose.
I can call foul on Colin, and that'll be Colin's first.
I like that foul.
Yeah, that's all right.
And it's 2 shots for McIntyre.
That's a good strong take. You got to reward that.
Now, McIntyre is a 59% free throw shooter on the year. Most Indiana boys are much better free throw shooters than that.
Hey. Phil Cunningham says these kids have lived in Deer Park their entire life, Tony.
Well, maybe their life started in September.
Got to box out right here.
And he makes them both. Need some help, guys. Uh-oh. Well, Garrett knocked it away, so at least it's not a live ball turnover, but now the Braves up 7 with 2:17 left.
Yeah, when you got one guy guarding you, when the double, it's not a double. Just stand next to him.
In the 70s or 80s, you want to play in the 50s or 60s, and you know, usually if the Braves can score over 60 and hold their opponents under 60, they almost always win.
Yeah, Braves going to have to score. Braves going to have to score in this last minute 20. I don't know how many. Could be 3 points, 4 points, but they're going to have to score.
This is a Deer Park squad that's used to scoring 80, 90, 100 plus points a game. Outscoring their opponents by 20, 30 points a game. They're not used to being in these close, tight games. They had a close game against Madeira. They had a close game against Wyoming. Marymount holds the ball the entire third quarter to make that game a lot closer than it really was.
Yeah, don't be afraid to take the ball and go to the
Somebody
basket.
come to the ball. Oh, my. Oh, wow. Nice blocked by Garrett Ennis, and he's called for a foul, and McIntyre will be shooting too. Wow.
One of the things that's difficult about playing everybody high side of the defense is if you're not willing to throw it over.
This is a couple difficult turnovers for the Braves here in the last minute, or this game could be over in the Braves' favor. McIntyre shooting.
Big shot. You like to see guys shoot the basketball in clutch situations better than they do on average. Big shot right there. Rebound that.
A lane violation on Gentry. And so the Braves will get the ball.
All right, Braves got it right now. Shifting gears mentally. What are we going to do to get this ball in, and then how are we going to be aggressive?
What?
You have to stay aggressive. Stay aggressive. Attack it. Pass the ball. Go.
No! Travel. Oh, they didn't call it. Marco Fiore knocks it away. Wow. Wow. The Braves had an opportunity there. They beat the trap, and Baltimore just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, not sure if we had a clock issue there. Perhaps the clock kept running after the ball went out of bounds. Not sure.
So a really exciting game here at Indian Hill Gymnasium. This is the Braves have to control their destiny here.
Yeah, Braves, you know, you talk about needing to stop. Braves do need to stop, but the Braves need to get the ball and they need to score on the other end.
Absolutely.
No excuse why the Braves shouldn't be shooting free throws. Even with a 4-point lead, they got to come out and stop the clock. They got to come out and play defense and get the ball back. So even if the Braves get a stop, they still got to be aggressive.
They just added 5 seconds to the clock. Yep. So instead of 103 or 108.
That's a bad call.
Wow.
That's a really bad call.
That's Collins' second foul, and McIntyre again will be shooting too. Wow.
That Euro step can be a tough thing, you know. And if a kid gets a little off balance and starts going down, that's really a tough one right there for the Braves. Good defense. I wouldn't change a thing.
Deer Park's not helping himself here.
Well, let's hope they don't help themselves one more time.
They've been making more free throws than we have.
Makes it a 3-point game. Get out of the corner.
Make yourself available. People not making themselves available.
There's Colin.
Don't be afraid of
stop here. Colin makes a shot. Short. Baltimore, the rebound. And there's Gentry's last time out for Deer Park. We got a 2-point game. Braves with the ball. 38.6 left. Wow.
Colin Shaw right now have a job to do. Johnny, to stay close and avoid the opportunity for freedom right now. Colin Shaw to deny the basketball. They could convert it to somebody else. They put a lot of time back on that clock. Michael Fiore can help with this by making his man available. Too bad they don't have this to replay because we got that clock on the scoreboard. It didn't. Let's watch John Baltimore. Colin Shaw unable to deny. Set up. See the ball.
And Hocker, their starting center, who doesn't play a whole lot in the last 5 minutes, but he also has 4.
Yeah. Game of redemption for the Braves. A couple of missed opportunities with the turnovers, with the free throws. Got another segment here with all your strength. You don't really have any foul trouble to speak of. Braves have an opportunity. Nick Oakes, the only guy in foul trouble. Braves with an opportunity to get this thing back. Very similar to the Wyoming game a couple of weeks ago.
Braves get the first possession.
Johnny Baltimore been doing a great job on the tip the last few weeks. Got to get the ball to your playmakers. Got to get it in the hands of guys that can finish right now. Well, it's amazing to me how many people are unfamiliar with the game of basketball. It's been a while, but when you put your hand on the ball and you're running side by side, it doesn't matter what happens. Not a technical. Good hard foul. Great take by their player, and he's been money from the line. He's been doing a great job.
Deer Park takes their first lead in quite a while.
This is what you...
Braves need to answer. What Deer Park has been doing is getting its best players the ball, doing what they do best. Important for Indian Hill to get the same thing.
Help!
No. Yeah, Marco Fiore needing a little bit of help.
Yep.
Got to have guys around him that are making themselves available. We've been talking about it, I think, for the last 6 or 7 minutes.
Garrett was the only one down there with him. Everybody else ran away.
Yeah, first things first for the Braves.
McIntyre with a pull-up jumper
Yeah,
off the mark.
That's all day. You got to let him have that.
Fiore with the ball.
Go, Colin. And we're 1 minute into the overtime. 3 minutes left now. There's a foul on Athey. Just his second.
I think the only reason for questioning is why. Why? Of course, the whistle was a little late, but hey, redemption time. Opportunity for a senior. Get up to the line, and let's make free throws. Would mean a lot to him. We know that. Attaboy. Important for the Braves to stay together right now on pressure. Braves haven't had a stop in a while. If the Braves could get a stop and come back and have the ball, that would be a big thing.
Jump off. Jump off. And that'll be Deer Park ball because the Braves got the tip here in the overtime.
Great defense by Colin there.
Yeah, it's an easy call, but you never know when you give an official an opportunity to make a decision. Great job.
Hands up, boys.
Show hands. Like to see us deny. Like to see us deny right here. Good job. Good job.
Great block by Garrett. And McIntyre with a follow-up. Offensive rebounds.
Yeah. Great job by the other group, but going to the glass after that shot went up. Braves watching the ball, not grabbing a guy and boxing out. It's all right.
That's 4 fouls on Garrett.
As long as the Braves keep these one-possession games, Braves at home, I like their opportunities.
Go.
Help him. Help him. Okay, go. Now got numbers.
A little under 2:30 left here to play in the overtime.
Defend it.
Deer Park Bells is out on that one.
Yeah. You know, you watch that and you say, how is it possible?
Well, how can you call timeout?
How can you call timeout?
Oh, 10-second. It was a 10-second on Indian Hill. They called it 10. The Braves did not get it up in time. Wow.
That's a tough one. That's a real tough one.
Gentry might want to change his play calls. He's been doing it all night.
Marco with a great steal.
Oh, good.
And he is fouled. Garrett Ennis is fouled by Abraham Athey.
All right, time to get to the line and make good. Time to get to the line and make good. How many is that?
That's 3 on Athey.
And Athey's slow to get
The other
up.
thing, guys, I'm a little surprised about is this other group's possibly best player. Not a shooter, but player. With a little bit of foul trouble.
Oh, Athey's struggling.
Got an opportunity, looked like a cramp. Got an opportunity for Indian Hill to take the ball to the basket, knowing that he does not want to pick up that 5th foul.
Athey's going to have to come off the floor.
Well, if he can, he's really struggling.
Yeah, Terry,
You hate to see this with any player.
Oh, no question. But you know what? Frankly, I'm surprised we haven't seen more of it on both sides. Now, Marco taking the opportunity to do a little stretching. Really important to keep getting the liquids. And a lot of these guys just haven't been on the sideline enough to keep it. And I bet none of these guys, 17, 18 years old, is thinking about drinking all week. It's February, you know. But the heat in this building right now, even with these great fans, circular fans, been tough.
Athey comes out and Joseph Hocker is coming in. Now Hocker has 4 fouls.
Yeah, right now I think it's really important for the Braves to look at who's in foul trouble and push the issue. Because I can tell you this, if they get that 5th foul, it's going to be hard offensively for Deer Park.
Garrett.
Great job by the senior. Got one more. Come on, good.
Deer Park ball.
Good effort, good effort.
Great effort.
Next time Braves have the ball, really like to see him go at that guy.
Good.
See them both.
And they're going to try to hold for one shot, I guess. See if the Braves are going to come out and get them. Here's a pick. Somebody call it.
Tell you what, Braves have a chance to get a foul called on that scene if they are smart. Seen it twice. There's a way to get that call. Marco Fiore capable of going out and pressing the issue there. Like to see it. No reason to stay that far away. We got a guy in the corner. That's not what we want.
Remember, nobody has a timeout.
That is not what we want.
Neither team has a timeout. Or maybe Gentry does. He's talking to the ref.
Deny it, Marco. Deny it.
It's going to be McIntyre.
Great play.
I think they called a foul.
Well, they did. It's on Mark.
Back conversing with the officials and the scores table what the clock should read.
Yeah, guys, I think really at the end of this game, you can look at it this way. The other group's best player had the ball in his hands the entire time, forcing the issue. They stayed the aggressor, and you got to give credit when somebody stays the aggressor.
I don't understand how the clock would. Oh, actually, you get an extra timeout in overtime. So the Braves called timeout. When that ball went through, the Braves must have called timeout.
West Virginia pulls off the upset in Braves Gymnasium tonight to go 19-0.
What a terrific game. Regardless of where they're from and eligibility, it was a terrific ball game. Braves battled down the stretch and just came up empty on a lot of possessions. Deer Park's pressure really wore them down in the second half, especially the end of the fourth quarter and into overtime. But what a terrific effort by everybody on the Braves.
Yeah, Brave seniors with a good night. Really, every one of those guys. And Johnny Baltimore, let's not overlook, in spite of what the game result is, Johnny Baltimore with a heck of a night on the offensive end of the floor.
Well, the Braves are led by Johnny with 23 points, Colin Shaw with 19, Mick Oakes with 13, and Garrett Ennis with 9. Marco also had 5 for the Deer Park Elite AAU. Rose had 28, and McIntyre had 18. I did want to say one or two quick things. Colin Shaw, as everybody knows, is the all-time leading scorer in Braves history. Also, he is now 5th in all-time in rebounds, 1st in field goals, 1st in free throws, and he's just he's 9 off of Nick Heidel's record for three-pointers in a career. So Colin with an amazing career, added more to it this evening, and what a great player, what a legend at Indian Hill, what a great kid, and hopefully we'll be able to follow him at Swarthmore next year, and he'll light up the scoreboard there as well.
Well, thanks, Tony. It's been a pleasure being with you guys all year. Braves with a tremendous, think about the thrills that they've given us. This game, the Wyoming game. I mean, this is the Hughes game. This is a team that has just had a tremendous year. Love their style, love how they compete. Could have had a couple of things go their way and close this out. Didn't happen, but hey, it was a wonderful thing, and we were all very fortunate to sit here and watch it.
Yeah, this was a great season for the Braves. Didn't finish the way we wanted it to. A great team by Deer Park. Tough game.
Yeah.
Great game to get us ready for the tournament.
Hey, and we're back tomorrow night. I mean, not on television, but the Braves are back on the floor if you have a chance to come out and see them.
Big day of basketball here at Indian Hill Gymnasium. You got the girls in the afternoon, boys in the evening. Come out, watch the games, root on your Braves to a win against a big school in Turpin.
Yep, that's awesome.
I'm Rob Young with Tony Harris, Brian Shaw, bringing you IHTN's Sports Center basketball here on a Friday night at Indian Hill Gymnasium. Folks, stay brave, stay proud. We'll catch you next season right here in Braves Gymnasium.